What's up, YouTube? This is Biblical Truther. I've been seeing a lot lately about the stars looking a lot closer to Earth than they used to. My wife and I was noticing that Mars is ultra bright in the sky every night. We can see it pretty good on the horizon as soon as it's coming up, and it's not just when it's coming up, but it's throughout the night. It's one of the brightest stars in the sky, and especially in the first probably hour and a half, 2 hours of coming up, at nighttime, that it is ultra orange, and it's much different than it used to be. A lot of other stars, there's some that are just solid white. There's a whole lot more that are twinkling, a lot more, I guess, brilliant than they used to. I've always seen twinkling stars, but these are massive, it seems like. So when we was talking about it the other night, I was thinking, the Bible says that 1,000 years to us is like a day to God. And it also describes that when talking about Bible prophecy. So I was thinking that if the Great War in heaven took place, and 1,000 years here is a day to God, or in the heavenly realm. If Michael and his angels fought against the dragon already, and he was hurled to the earth, because of the time difference, do you suppose that from our perspective, Satan falling to the ground would be in kind of a slow motion? Seems that way if you think about it. And I know the Bible says that Satan falls like lightning, but if you think about the earth in a dimensional platform, where we're here on the earth in the 3D realm, and then there's the second heaven and third heaven, whatever dimension those are, it's not that hard to conceive that seeing something fall from a dimension much higher than ours, to where there's that big of a time difference, it would almost look like slow motion to us, right? Am I thinking about that correct? So I was just wondering, and I mentioned it to my wife, and she said she got chills.
Message from 516-268-3074.
Sorry about that. But basically, I guess it would. And I don't know how fast a lightning strike hits, but being that we're 1,000 years to a day from heaven, would that lightning be in slow motion till he hits a certain spot in the dimensions, or the dimensional barrier from us to there? It's just something to think about, why everyone's noticing these stars seem a lot closer than they used to, because the Bible also says in the last days that stars will fall to the earth. So are they already falling, and we're just perceiving them to be in slow motion? And then at what point would it be like a lightning strike? How close would they have to be before they're in our dimension of time? And once they cross that barrier, the veil, if you will, once they cross that barrier, would it be like lightning? Would it be like a comet, or what we perceive to be comets? It's just something to think about, and the aspect of where we're at in this timeline of the end days. I just thought that was kind of interesting, because I don't know how the thought come to mind, but excuse me, but it does seem logical, right? That if he was thrown from heaven in a matter of seconds, I guess, how much time would it be here for 1 second in heaven? I think for 1 minute in heaven, if you do, break down the math, is like 8 months. So how long would he be falling? Would that be the 3.5 years of falling that Revelation 12 talks about? It's kind of interesting to think about. Because if that's the case, and you know, back to the Revelation 12 sign from 2017, September 23rd, 2017, when the Great War in Heaven supposed to have broken out, is Satan already cast out and headed this way, only we're perceiving it as a slow motion kind of thing? Because I told you guys in another video that 1260 days, according to that prophecy in Revelation, Satan will be put upon the shore. And that 1260 days from September 23rd is March 21st, 2021. And I also told you about a guy who called in Marfugal News that my wife felt led to watch, and I checked it out too, listened to what the guy said. I don't have a link to put in there, but if you follow Marfugal, you probably know what I'm talking about. He says that there is an entity of higher intelligence that will be here mid-March. So I guess that could be a confirmation of sorts, or coincidence to those who believe in that. But I just thought that was weird, man. You know, logically thinking, I could see where these stars are getting bigger, but slowly. Because from that dimension to our dimension, we would perceive it as something slow moving, right? 1,000 years to a day. Just something to think about, you know. Still wanting to throw it out there that I do believe something that we're not going to be ready for, I don't believe, for the most part. Is gonna end up here next year. So just be prayed up, be ready, and be vigilant, and let's keep on waking people up, man. Love you guys.